What's up, guys? It's Sion, and I'm back. And what you're looking at now is the second day of award season, and we're going to be looking at the top MOBAs. Now, you notice that I'm only going up to 8 now. I'm cutting this down from the 10, and there's some categories I'm probably not even going to get to 8 because it's not enough to even put there, but we're going at top 8. There's no more top 10. And what you're going to see is there's a few things that are going to be off the list, like just a few games, but it's not even worth mentioning. This one is actually off the list itself as Cyphers Online because I think it got canceled. I'm not exactly sure, but I saw an article that really pretty much said that this one got canceled. So kind of hurt my feelings because it never did come to America. It's still live right now, but I don't think it's going to go past that. So we're just going to go into the top 8. And I'm going to have to explain the top 2 because people had contention last time when I did this, and I'm going to explain it and leave them with no wiggle room. It's going to be pretty easy. So number 8, 300 Heroes. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? Like, this is a clone and everything else? Yes, it is. It's a clone, but just like Revelations is a clone of Blade and Soul, sometimes a clone is actually done really well. This is one of those games that's done really well, even though it's a clone. It's fun as hell. If you ever get into it, and there's several guides on how to get into it. You don't need to do anything. It's just simple sign up and put down the password or whatever else, and you're in there. And pick the proper server that would give you the less lag and everything, and you're in there. You can have a lot of fun with it. And there's a lot of characters that you're gonna see just anime wise, like I'm using Ace right there, and this game is just awesome. So number 7, Gigantic. Now Gigantic can't be higher on the list for me because it just barely came out of being an NDA, to be honest with you. So I'm at the point now where I'm just now getting used to it, getting into the play and having fun, getting used to the comic style of it. And it's actually a pretty good game, so I'm looking forward to see how far they can go with it and where are they going to go with it, because it seems like you're kind of like boxed into a wall with this game. It's going to be a certain type and that's it. So I'm kind of concerned about different play modes and things like that, but it's looking good so far. So number 6, Wildfire. Now those of you who have saw me put the trailers out, and I have a video up on my channel with Wildfire, this game is going to be one of those games. It's like Smite, it's like Gigantic, it's like Cyphers, it's action Moba, and it's pretty good. Now another game that you haven't seen up here is the King of Wushu. It's gonna be pretty much like that too. King of Wushu is still in beta, so I just didn't even bother putting that out there because there's still too much unknown about that. But look at this. This is going to be a hot game. Get used to it, get used to hearing about it because it is going to come west. I've seen articles on that. It just barely went out of closed beta into open beta now, so we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this game, and you're going to see a lot more of it on my channel. Definitely look out for it. It's Wildfire. It's pretty hot, and it's going to be burning it up pretty soon. So next up we have number 5, which is Heroes of Newerth. Now Heroes of Newerth I left out last year because it's okay, and I really don't want to disrespect the game because the game is pretty good. It's fast like Dota, and I know a lot of people go, well, hey, what if it's fast like Dota, it must be great. With that said, I don't know what's going on exactly with the community in this game. It seems like it doesn't have that high of a community. I looked around, I looked on Steam, I looked on Twitch, and it's, for whatever reason, people are just not really playing it. I don't see anything wrong with it for it not to have a higher population, but it just doesn't. So maybe it's just one of those games that if other games wasn't here, it'd be higher, but it's still a pretty good game, so try it out. Heroes of the Storm, I know you guys are like, wow, like, you play this one, so why is this not higher? Heroes of the Storm still has a long way to go for me. The population is okay, it's not super great, and the actual community isn't as toxic as the first 3. Actually, you know what, as toxic as 2 of the 3. It's one of those games where it has a lot to do for a MOBA, and that's why I play it over all the other games on this list. Even though I have the other games higher, I still play this game more than I played other ones because there's just a lot to do. And MOBA, Blizzard did a good job of giving you a MOBA game, but giving you extra things to do in a MOBA game, which is good for me because I just didn't like the meta that goes along with certain games. So yeah. So next up we have Smite. Smite hands down has the best community, the best devs when it comes to Moba. I'm sorry all the rest of you guys, but it just is hands down. Best community, nicest people, just more camaraderie, just like it's a pleasure to actually do things in Smite and have fun playing, and just, you know, it's just awesome. Like, look at that. That's nasty. Like, I forgot that he even did that right there. But Smite is one of those games that you definitely should try if you're. It's a free to play and no pay to win here, except if you want to pay for skins. But you should try it. All right, we have to talk about this a little bit now. You Dota guys, you see that you're number 2, right? You raged last year. It was like, oh my god, why am I number 2? I'm going to explain why Dota is number 2. Dota technically is the most technical and fast MOBA on this list. The fights are very quick. The fights are very decisive and tactical, and you need to be good in Dota to come out on top. Now, if you look at this is the actual web page for Dota right now. That ain't looking at all great. Now, I'm actually going to show you another group of stats right here. This is the overall prize tournaments that Dota have, and those are some pretty impressive numbers. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about that. These numbers don't mean shit. That could basically be anything. That could be a sponsor. That could be some NBA player like Rick Fox, who exactly does things like this and sponsors a whole lot of things. And there's no, like, this doesn't matter at that point. Like, those prize numbers don't mean shit, because what means something in this whole field is the peers, is the industry. Though the industry is actually your peers too. And you know what happens? I'm going to show you why League of Legends is number 1 right now. Now, when we cut the League of Legends, as you can see, number 1, look at this. When you go to Twitch, when you go to Steam, when you go to everything, what are people playing? Dota's up there, but League of Legends is number 1, period. Period. And you know why League of Legends is number 1, period? Because League of Legends is easier to get into and play. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's just the way things work. You look at the World of Warcraft effect. It's the same thing with World of Warcraft. We all know World of Warcraft technically, and just overall, it's just not the best MMO out there right now. But it still is the best MMO out there right now, because it's user friendly. People can go in and play. It has long lineage. You can just come in and just have fun, and it's welcoming like that. When a game is welcoming like that, and it gets that lineage out there, and it gets the way that just that feel where you feel like it's epic and you're gonna have fun in this game, that's what makes a game number 1. That's it. So people can get mad, people can say whatever they want to say. They can say, oh, it's number 1 in my heart. Doesn't mean a damn thing. What's number 1 is what the people say is number 1, and what the people say is number 1 right now is League of Legends. So other than that, you guys be legendary. I will see you next video, and we're gonna keep on going with this. Peace. I'd like to thank everybody for 10k subs. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. And if you liked what you saw in this video, please click the top right to click more of my videos, or click the bottom right to subscribe to the channel. Once again, one love, peace, and I will see you next video.